Do you really believe that you need a fancy setup or a huge following or even expert level editing skills in order to hit 1K subscribers on YouTube? No, I hit 1K subscribers in less than 60 days using just my phone. So if you want to know exactly what I did in order to go from 0 to 1K fast, keep on watching. First off, I know that getting your first 100, let alone 500 subscribers feels impossible. And it seems like you're putting in so much time and effort and work up front just to find that nobody is noticing the content that you're putting out. So, what do? Where do you go? And how do you get your channel growing? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have an exact blueprint of what I did in order to get from 0 to 1K. So, let's not waste any more time. Because the first thing that you have to realize is that Miss Algorithm is not against you. She actually loves you. The algorithm loves those who love her back. And what do I mean? Well, if you're actually studying Miss Algorithm and you're studying the needs of your audience and the viewers that you do have, you'll be creating content that answers questions that they come to YouTube to get. So you create clickable, searchable content. It was not until I understood that I started to create content that was geared towards the viewers and from their viewpoint that I started to get more reach. My videos started to rank higher, and a byproduct of that is getting more subscribers. And I know my content besties well enough now to know that you're probably wondering, well, how do I know if my video is searchable or clickable? Well, the easiest way to know if it's searchable is to use YouTube search prediction. Go to the search bar of YouTube and start typing in the topic or keywords around the topic that you're wanting to use for your own video and notice what comes up. Is it in high demand? Have people already created videos about that topic and has it done well? If it comes up in the search, then it's considered searchable. If you start typing in a topic that you may be interested in and you may mean very well, but it's not really a lot of videos and information coming up, then it's not likely that it's searchable, because things that people type regularly in the search bar of YouTube is what usually gets suggested when you start to type certain keywords. So that's a telltale sign to know if your video is searchable. Now, to find out if your video is clickable, here's one thing that you want to keep an eye out for: overly edited thumbnails. That means using too much text on the front of the thumbnail, not using enough text to give the viewer something to be curious about, and also just overly editing everything about your thumbnail. You don't have to do too much. Less is more when it comes to a thumbnail, but as long as it's to the point and it's clear and you're not being too wordy, nobody wants to have to think before you make them think, if that makes sense. You're already going to give them some information in the video, so don't make them work for the information before you even get to say anything in the actual video. Your thumbnail should actually speak to the title. So if your title is How to Grow on YouTube in 2025, your thumbnail should not say How to Grow on YouTube in 2025, do this step right now to grow fast. That's too much going on. You can simply just have that as your title, and then in your thumbnail, it could be something as simple as YouTube growth hacks. You see how they still complement each other? Because I'm pretty sure in that video, you're going to be sharing simple tips and hacks for how people can grow in 2025. So just keep it simple. Don't be too wordy, and don't make people work before like they get into the actual meat of your video. Give them something of curiosity. Make people curious about what you're about to say. And you can do that by just keeping your thumbnail simple, clear, and to the point, and not a whole lot of words. Now, let's talk a little bit about consistency and burnout. Those are two common words that I'm sure you've heard every other day on this platform throughout all the videos that you watch. But here's the thing: when it comes to me and my YouTube journey, and when I got from 0 to 1K, that was one thing I was very adamant about. I was very intentional about the content schedule that I kept. And I also made sure that when I planned to do a video, I made sure that I did that video. Now, granted, from the time I started up until now, my schedule, my lifestyle, circumstances, all kinds of things have changed, but I also tailored my schedule around those changes. That way I can still show up in a way that doesn't just leave my viewers hanging, but it also continues the growth of my YouTube channel. When you just completely back away because you're burnt out and maybe you just overextended yourself and now you just need time to recuperate, that's so unpredictable because you don't know when you're going to be able to bounce back from the rut that you get in. So just avoid the rut altogether by just keeping a steady, practical system in place that you can actually follow. Don't overreach anything. Just look at your circumstances, look at your energy levels, look at what you can do, and really consider your lifestyle. How much time do you really have to create content? You have to take a real look at that. You can't compare your time and your schedule and your YouTube channel to somebody else who's able to upload maybe every other day. That's their life. But you have your own set of circumstances. So you definitely want to take that into consideration when you're making your content schedule. Now, having a schedule is very crucial because you want steady growth. So you have to steadily show up. That's the only way this thing is going to work. That's why every other video you're hearing YouTubers say it takes consistency because it literally does. It gets annoying to hear it over and over and over again. But I'm also one of them who tells you to be consistent because that's the only way I was able to see growth happen on my channel. I didn't get the subscribers that I have now. I didn't get the watch hours that I have now. And I did not get the feedback that I have now without being consistent. It took a lot of diligence on my part to set a schedule. Even when changes came up, I just pivot. Maybe I just don't upload that week. Maybe I got to put it off to next week or whatever the case may be. Whatever your circumstances are, it wasn't until I started to be more practical about my schedule and what I could do that I started to see actual organic, steady growth. Now, here's just a little something that you can do if you are that creator struggling right now with consistency and burnout is pick up where you left off. Don't even feel the guilt. Don't go through the rabbit hole of, oh, I'm the worst content creator. My viewers don't even care about me. Woe is me. Don't even spiral down that rabbit hole. What you can do is, because you're already in a rut, you already feel stuck. And whatever caused you to be there is probably 9 times out of 10 the burnout that you felt for overexerting yourself for the last few weeks or months. So if that's you and you feel stuck, and you're like scrolling every day trying to find that one video that gives you the inspiration to like jump back up again, it's not realistic. The video probably doesn't even exist. It's just a lot of pleasing videos that give us dopamine for the moment, but there's not going to be a video that you can scroll for hours to find that'll get you out of this rut. It starts with you. It starts with you, and you have what it takes. You just needed your content bestie to remind you that it's okay to pick up where you left off. Because number one, you have all the permission in the world to take a break. The break that you've been on creatively is not illegal. Take all the breaks that you need. But as soon as you're done, get back up, pick up where you left off, and don't be worrying about over explaining why you've been gone for so long. Just hit record and continue making the content that you absolutely enjoy. That's it. You have full permission from your content bestie to take breaks as you need them. And you also have the permission to forgive yourself for however long you've been in this rut. It's not the end of the world. You have so much more content to create. And I'm not going to let you just lay around and not create the content. Okay? So get up, smile, and let's get these videos out as much or as little as you can. Let me just throw that in there. It can be 1 video, it can be 5. However many you have in your creative heart to create, you absolutely can. Just believe it for yourself, and you'd be amazed at how the rut is going to be just a thing of the past. You can absolutely do it, my friend, and I'm counting on you. So get up. Now, can we be fully transparent about something? I know in the very beginning, it feels like you're just super invisible. It feels like no matter how much work and time and effort that you put out there, nobody is noticing you as a creative or as a YouTuber. And it can be very draining. It just zaps all the energy out of you to even want to continue uploading videos. I get it because I felt those exact same feelings. But the one thing that helped me so much when I was in my low views and low subscriber days was realizing I have to let Miss Algorithm know who I am. I realized that I needed patience. In the beginning, you want so bad to see like views like 100, 1,000, or this or that. But really, you have to let the algorithm know who you are first. I didn't know that at first. I wish somebody would have told me what I was or what I am telling you right now. But that just wasn't made available, which takes me to my next point. I really started to create videos that weren't out there yet. I literally did not know that when I posted my first video talking about 0 views and 0 subs, that would take my channel from 0 to where I am today. And then after that, I did like the road to 1K. And then that blew up my channel. Now, I'm not saying blew up like as in I went viral or anything, but for somebody like me who was just brand new, started from scratch, seeing almost 2K subscribers in less than 90 days is kind of wild to me. And I don't take any of that for granted because I know the work that I did behind the scenes in order to get to where we are today. So that's why I'm freely sharing these things with you guys. I know you feel invisible. I know you feel like you're doing everything right. And it just still, at the end of the day, feels like YouTube and Miss Algorithm is just totally against you and that nobody really cares. But the truth is, when you do these things, when you do these tips that I'm giving you in all of my videos, really, you will start to see a big change. It's just understanding the platform and playing by the rules of Mr. YouTube. That's it. When you can really understand how this thing works and then tie in your creativity with the videos that you want to post, you'd be amazed at the growth that you'll see. So, you're not invisible, you will get noticed, and your audience is waiting for you. I always say that because it's true. Your audience is out there. You just have to tailor your content in order to reach them because that's how Miss Algorithm communicates from us to Mr. YouTube. Miss Algorithm is going to push your videos out there if you feed the algorithm the right things. Titles, thumbnails, they have to be searchable and clickable. 2 simple steps can make the difference between a viewer or subscriber or no views, no subscriber. It's that simple. So really figure that out. If you have a niche, there's ways that you can search topics within your niche in order to get higher reach into the algorithm. If you don't have a niche, kind of like me, I'm kind of just categorized in a small YouTuber who likes to help other YouTubers grow or helps other people learn how to create content for YouTube growth. That's not necessarily a niche, it's just a category that I really enjoy making content about. So whether you have a niche or not, there's ways that you can use the YouTube platform in order to make your content searchable and clickable and high performing in the algorithm if you are able to execute the steps that I gave you today correctly. All right, content besties, now that you learned how I got from 0 to 1K in less than 60 days, it's time to start implementing these steps today. If you've been in a creative rut, it's time to get out of it and start creating again. Now is the perfect time. Yes, it's towards the end of March. Yes, you may have skipped a few days. Yes, you may have gotten thrown off track, but it's never too late. You have content in you that I know is waiting to come out. You just needed a content bestie like me to nudge you a little bit. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to nudge you and make sure that you get to your full potential. There's an audience waiting for you. And I'm so excited for the growth that you haven't even seen yet. I've seen it in real time for my own channel. So it's not impossible for you. Use this blueprint that I shared in this video. Once you do those things, I'm telling you, you will start to see a night and day difference on your own YouTube channel. Now, with that said, there is going to be a follow-up video to this. I kind of want to start a series where I really like zoom in on certain aspects of the strategies that I use so that you can really get an in-depth version of what I do in order to see steady growth, because that's the key. We want steady growth. You don't want fast growth. Steady growth is way more long term. So, but we'll get into that on the next upload. But for now, I hope that something made you smile today. And if you haven't had a chance to smile yet, I hope you get to smile before you go to sleep tonight. Also, always, always, always leave people better than you found them. It makes the world such a beautiful place to be. So on that note, I love you guys. I can't wait to connect with you down in the comments. And you know I'm going to see you on the next video. Bye.